bestie besties, how's it going? Today I wanted to go over how I prepared for the state board exam. This is in the state of California, by the way, so I'm not really sure how other states do it, if it's similar. I'm sure it is, but just have to specify that this is for the California state board exam to get your esthetician license. Once you sign up and pay for your date and test and everything, they'll send you this little booklet in the mail, which pretty much tells you, like, gives you some information on when they're closed, telephone scheduling, internet scheduling, rescheduling, miss or late appointment. The esthetician exam consists of 85 questions, of which 57 you need to pass. All you need is a 75%. You guys can do it, trust me. So, first thing that you need to know is safety and infection control. This is the biggest portion of the test. This is worth 34% of your test. They want to know workstation and environment. They want to make sure that you have a clean workstation and environment. They want to make sure everything is labeled, chemical labeling, everything is stored properly, and everything is disposed of that needs to be disposed of. They want you to know OSHA, and they want you to know the safety data sheet, and they want you to know safe working practices, such as hand hygiene and client protection. They want you to know regulatory agencies, infection control, and infectious diseases and pathogens, cleaning and disinfection. They also didn't add sanitization, but you should want to know that, just so you know the difference between those three: cleaning, disinfecting, and sanitization. Single versus multi-use item. A single-use item would be the brush you use to apply a face mask, a high-frequency tool, and then a multi-use item would be something disposable, such as a waxing stick or a Q-tip or a cotton round. Disinfectants is what they want you to know also: how to disinfect, how to clean, the difference between cleaning and disinfecting. They want you to know procedures for tools, equipment, and work surfaces. Storaging of tools and equipment. They want to know that you're storing your tools and equipment properly. So in the state of California, everything needs to be clean, disinfected, and stored in a closed, airtight container. If there's air getting into it, they consider bacteria getting into it, so that's not part of what they want you to do. If state board comes by and they see in your salon or spa that it's not in a sealed, airtight container, they can fine you. Standard precautions for exposure incidents. Effective safety response to client injury. The main portion of this is because they want to make sure that the client is protected and safe at all times during the services. So they're really big on it, understandably, but a lot of it is also common sense. The next portion up is client consultation, which is only worth 4%. Client intake form. This is what ours looked like at Paul Mitchell. A little consultation card. I don't know if you can see it. You can find a contraindication just by doing the client consultation, because on there it says, have you used any retin-A's or retinoids within the past week? And if they say yes, then it's like, I'm sorry, I can't perform a chemical peel on you. That's just an example, but you don't want to be burning their face off. So yes, that's only worth 4%. Up next is skin analysis, which is skin structure, type, conditions, and disorders, which is worth 13%. You don't have to know every single skin disorder that you're going to learn or that is in your book, but main ones like rosacea, psoriasis, and acneic skin. There's a few more main ones, but those are the ones that I can think of off the top of my head. Up next is skincare, which is worth 27%. You have to know products and product chemistry, procedures, skin analysis, facials, massage manipulation, such as all the different types of massages, and tool and device safety. You just want to make sure you're not putting like a microcurrent in water, you know. And then next up is makeup, which is worth 4%. You have to know procedures, steps of doing makeup. They teach you a proper way, even though I know every girl does it differently. And then eyelash extensions and enhancements. I don't recall any of that on my test, but you never know. Next up is hair removal, which is worth 13%. They want you to know waxing, procedures to waxing, temperature precautions, and tweezing. I think with temperature precautions, they just want to make sure that wax is not too hot and you know what's too hot and what's not too hot. It will stay in your book so you don't burn the client. The last one is advanced treatments, which is only worth 5%, such as chemical exfoliation and microdermabrasion and electrotherapy. So yeah, that's everything that would be on your test if you're in the state of California looking to get your esthetician license. This is my little binder right here, which I had in school. I have pictures of my daughter because I was a stay-at-home mom until then. And then I did volunteer work with my school because I love volunteering. These are my notes. I hope that you guys have a lot of handwritten notes, because when you write down your notes and then you look back at it, it's just kind of like handwritten memory and then mind memory, if that makes sense. Like, it helps me at least if I write it down and then I like read it after, because those are my words. That's how I interpreted it from the book, and that will help me interpret and understand my notes better. Yeah, I hope I helped whoever needed help for preparing for their state board exam. If you have any other questions, I can go more into depth about what was on my test. Again, I only had like one version out of 7-8 versions, so everyone's test could have been different. There could have been more questions on like microcurrent or high frequency on theirs instead of that being on my test. But I thought it was fairly easy, not gonna lie. I mean, I took it in like 6-8 minutes. I called my boyfriend after. I was like, hey, I'm done. He was like, you're done already? I was like, yeah. Like, it was really easy, especially since it's on the computer. They give you limited options, and my advice is, if you think it's the option at first, at first thought, it probably is. Like, if you're probably don't second guess yourself is what I'm trying to say. Like with me, and a question on there, this is just gonna be a really easy one. For example, it was like, what steps what steps in picking up a wax stick would you take first? And it's like, A, pick up a tissue, pick up the waxing stick, toss it in the trash. B, pick up the waxing stick, toss it in the trash. C, like, pick it up after your service. D, pick up the waxing stick and use it again. Obviously, it would be A. I'm not like, it sounds like they're all right answers, just like on your permit test. I keep referencing that because I remember taking my permit test so many times and being like, those are all right answers. They want you to choose the right answer. So, I mean, obviously, I thought, like, pick up a napkin, pick it up, and toss it in the trash. I wouldn't be like, pick it up and use it again. It's still good. So, yeah, just a little food for thought and advice, which is, I hope, helpful for you guys. So let me know if there's any other things you want to know about the state board exam, how taking your picture was. I guess I'll just discuss it. They actually just took my photo on a little webcam. Like, it was so awkward, but I'll have it displayed at my salon for a whole year, because when you renew your license, they'll give you one, but they know you're brand new because your little picture's on your license. So yay, fun. So yeah, if you stayed for the whole video, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.